Well, hello there. How's it going? Welcome back. How are you feeling today? Welcome to Monday. Yes, Monday. Hope you're feeling well. I hope you had a great weekend. Ooh, I had a rough day yesterday. I needed you guys. I needed your support. I almost came and did a live stream just to be like, hey, but it was late. I missed my 10 a.m. time. I tried to start doing a 10 a.m. slot, but I had some issues. I had my car broke the day before, and it's a Prius, and the battery on those, if the battery dies, you don't really know if it's the big battery or like the little 12-volt battery. So I was like panicked. I was, a little bit apprehensive, and ended up spending most of the day doing that. What is up? How's it going? How are you guys? So I didn't get to finish any videos. I didn't get to finish any editing. I didn't get to do anything yesterday other than roll the intro. That's right. That's exactly what I did. Thank God it's Monday. What up? How's it going? What's up, guys? How's it going? Thomas, Tech Head, Anonymy Mouse, Crypto Time. What is up? How's it going, everybody? How are you feeling today? Good day from India. What is up from Texas? That's right. It's Monday. Things are looking good. Twitter was just popping off. I was trying to get some sleep, and Twitter was just like, boo, 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 boo. All these tweets, things are happening. And I was like, no. Yeah. Well, yeah, so I didn't get to make my live stream yesterday. If you guys just joined, I was trying to get to you guys. I tried to make time to spend with you guys. I really just wanted to come say hey and get your support. I had a rough day. My car Saturday night stopped working, and it's a Prius, so if a Prius dies, you're right away like, oh no, is it the $4,000 battery, $2,000 battery, or whatever? So it was really, really, really rough. Top of the morning, Sean. How are you today? Yeah, I didn't get to go and make a video. I didn't actually get to finish any of my editing. I didn't get to finish the XRP, what is XRP, or my new price prediction, or anything else. So happy to be here. Happy to be back. It's hot in Jersey. I believe it. Well, we only got about 30 minutes before we go over our goal time. So we're going to run through what's happening today. We got a lot. A lot is on the board. A lot of exciting things. But you guys know that. You guys have been staying up to date. But we're going to just confirm and deny some of the suspected changes in the market. And obviously look at what's good looking forward. It's Monday, so we got to have some good news out of here. Looking at the whole market, it is still below 280 billion. Nothing really exciting happening in the price realm. They're all pretty much where they've been. No exciting moves really. Ripple's down to 51 cents. Bitcoin Cash is under 900. Bitcoin's at 6.5. Ethereum's under 5. Litecoin's under 100. Nothing too crazy. But looking at Naples, the Italian city of Naples is trying to do an ICO. So it's the first ICO for a city. They want to develop a city-specific cryptocurrency. So that's kind of exciting. People are thinking about that, and they're wondering, how would that work? How would that work, guys? We'd love to know. The city council of Berkeley, California, has also proposed a tokenized municipal bond. And when asked why, guys, why? They said to get around Wall Street. Obviously, that's pretty basic, and that's what a lot of the cryptocurrencies have enabled is the the removal of intermediaries in the grand sense, and people are still just now catching up. What is up? What's up, Dan Anthony? People are just now catching up and realizing the potential of removing an intermediary from a store of value and what that means. So cities are looking to do ICOs for their developments, and it goes down. Talk about also there's a $15 million investment started Alpha Point. It's a New York-based financial technology firm aimed to... Whoa. Forgot to put my phone on airplane mode. Hope they use Codius. Me too. Ripple CEO, Bitcoin's controlled by China. We already know that. And William Shatner promotes solar-powered crypto mining. That's kind of exciting. So, hey, yo, what's up, Owen? How are you guys? I know you guys were freaking out. I saw people tweeting at me and tweeting about the discussion that XRP is not a security. We guarantee, we know why, because in 2015, FinCEN already gave that ruling. That was a big thing people are talking about. It broke into Crypto Daily today, covered that article, If the SEC already announced all ICOs are securities, I'm curious to see how many coins get wrecked. Me too. That's a great question, Sean. That is a great question. And especially because we see how slow news is and how slow the market is to react to these changes, market being people. They're just now realizing and understanding the news. A lot of everything that's happening right now is education. It comes down to educating yourself, doing your own research, checking up on facts, looking at the sources for information and making sure they're verified and trustworthy sources. These are important things because in reality, we're all still learning. We're all still developing and understanding what this story means, what this story means going forward, and what this enables for businesses and consumers looking into the future. So, talking about Ripple being a security, people were talking about it over the weekend. There was a lot of tweets happening. People are saying, well, FinCEN already gave a ruling on this. They were already fined somewhere around 500,000 US dollars, and that's pretty much what people are calling it, cut and dry. Cut and dry. Yeah, they already gathered the info, and they'll be rolling out actions next week. Exactly. What up, Miyagi? How are you? Back to 52 cents, Dan says. Yeah, exactly. I think that they've basically made an assessment to who the big, they started going after ICOs. They started going after people that they've targeted. They've placed their bullseye on. But even though people want to say, everybody wants to say this is a closed deal, that this was decided on in 2015 by FinCEN, but I'm not sure. I know that obviously FinCEN has decided on it, and I know that they think that leads authority to the ruling for the SEC, but I still haven't seen an official decree or official announcement. And if it's a security, it will crash and then recover, says Owen. That's possible. It's really possible. And in reality, we don't know. I know people are saying, oh, it's definitely a security. And we're going to go to the next article. When will it rise? When will it rise? That's the next article we're going to do. When will Ripple ever rise in value? And I think people will like to know when it's going to rise in value because they just want to feel assured it's a strong move, right? No one wants to buy into a declining asset class. They're not going to buy into a declining asset class. And so people are just asking, when's it going to go up? When will it turn around? When can I feel like it's a safe investment? Now, we're going to look at this in a second and cover it, but I want to think about for a second this guy I follow on Twitter, and he made a tweet. This is really, really a good string of ideas. It's a good string of thoughts about when will Ripple ever rise in value, what's happening with traditional investors, etc., etc. If you guys follow this guy, what's his name? Pomp. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Pomp AP Paliano or whatever. Okay, number one, institutional investors are not coming to save crypto markets. They're coming to build the tokenization of security markets. This is what's happening, okay? Even if they are going to not call them cryptocurrencies and just tokenize the security market, that's potentially what the SEC and NASDAQ and all those big boys want to do. My thing is that I think they're not going to be able to develop and use technology or make technology support this tokenization, so they're going to use another blockchain. And guess what? What blockchain are they going to use? Which one makes the most sense as a really neutral, interoperable, high-functioning, high-throughput, low-cost, which one is that? I don't know. You guys might know. Maybe you know it already. I don't know. But, they're saying that we're not looking for institutional investors to come save the crypto market. We're looking for institutional investors to come tokenize their security market, because that's what they know. And he goes on to describe what we're talking about. So basically, cryptocurrencies are highly speculative, right? So they're not going to just dump into them until they understand them, what he's saying. There's a very high risk here. Most people don't understand cryptocurrencies and utilities and tokens in general. So what's happening is a majority of these funds are not going to be bankable by institutions. They're not going to be backed up. They're not going to be approved. And just like you guys are saying, most of these ICOs are going to fall. Most of the crypto market is going to plummet in a sense if it's not actually useful, if it doesn't actually have a use case, if it doesn't actually have some partnerships and ties to something strong. Whoa, 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 whoa. How do we know XRP Ripple Labs isn't fighting to be a security in the background? That's a great question. I don't really know. They could be trying to fight to be a security, but that's up to them. That's their choice. And I think only they know what would be the best pivot for them right now. And I'll leave that up to them. That's them for sure. Yeah, so that's exciting. That's exciting to think about. Why does everyone think regulations are bad for crypto? All the institutional money is in regulated products. Some of these ICOs are run by made-up foundations to bypass SEC. Exactly. So there's a lot of issues here. Some companies are legit and they're literally just trying to get seed funding and move into a innovation of a new sector of technology. Some of them are completely scandalous scams that just are wreaking havoc, and we need to get rid of them. So interesting question. So crypto investors, how much can we make? And institutional investors ask, how much can we lose? So institutional investors are looking for stability. They're looking for stability inside this space. They're not looking for they're not looking for much of anything from crypto, really. They have allocated, most of their capital into stocks, bonds, and real estate, and they're looking for the tokenization of the securities they already know. That's what they're looking forward to. The tokenization of securities they know, that would bring, this is exactly what he's saying, institutions opportunity for higher buying level of the same assets. So my goal, my hope, my understanding is that these guys, they're not building blockchain tech. They're just looking at how to tokenize their already standing securities. Because as of right now, they look way less legitimate than some of these coded currencies. And so I'm looking for blockchain to be the foundational layer, as we've already talked about, an interoperable open layer for these currencies to jump onto. Now that's out of the way. When will XRP ever rise in value? Okay, covering this little update, institutional investors looking for the tokenization of securities, tokenization of fiats, tokenization of asset classes they understand. What can they put that tokenization on top of? A big, neutral, interoperable blockchain. Now, these are all probably happening already with non-disclosure agreements, and everyone's probably set. Everything's kind of moving already. And we could almost consider, people are talking about insider trading, and there's an email going around about people saying buy XRP, it looks really good, and people are like, I haven't seen the email, I don't know if it's legit. My opinion about that, honestly, is I would find it hard to believe that a company would make that email in the wording and phrasing that people have suggested it was made on Twitter. I can see different variations of an email like that being sent around, but that exact email, I'm not so sure. So what really it comes down to is, I think that a lot of these positions are already being set up. A lot of these people are already moving into this space, and we don't know. We don't know what's happening with Ripple, and with the Fed, and with Amazon, and with American Express. And these people, these are huge players, and this is a huge geopolitical climate that they're trying to navigate safely and to a beneficial outcome for everyone. And that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of addressments and assessments. And as you guys already know, I didn't do it yesterday. I didn't cover it because I was busy dealing with life as it happens. But the Ripple exec elected to Federal Reserve Task Force. There's a lot of really positive things happening, right? So we're like, I see all the positive things. I see all the partnerships. I see all the proposed utilities. But where's my price improvement? That's what people are asking, and that's what the traditional institutional investors are also watching. When's the safe entry? Even if they are going to enter into crypto, they want to be assured there's some kind of safety net there. So we go back. We're going back. When will Ripple ever rise in value? This is a good article, and I've been dropping the sources in there so you guys can go read them on your own. But this is basically talking about for how long Amazon sat at $10. Amazon in the 90s sat at $10 for so long. It was up and down, up and down. People were having debates just like this one where they were like, Amazon's a really good investment, and I think you should buy it. And people were like, Amazon's a horrible idea. Who's going to buy a book on the internet? And then someone else is, speculating equally about something else. And it was a funny idea. I remember I read an article just the other day, and I don't think I included it or talked about it with you guys, but it was basically like 10 years ago, someone was like, oh, Amazon's going to kill the Postal Service. It's going to just murder it. No more Postal Service because Amazon wants to send books everywhere. And you know what actually happened? The opposite. The opposite actually happened. The Postal Service is now even a bigger business, and it has more reach than it's ever had before because Amazon's sending stuff everywhere, right? So how long did Amazon sit at $10 while people laughed at the idea of buying things online? People laughed at the idea of buying books offline. But now, look at Amazon. Amazon's one of the people we're looking to make partnerships with XRP. And we're like, woo! Amazon! Bah! Do it, Amazon, do it! But how long did it sit there at $10 at a price that people didn't want to invest in? And this is the tricky thing about investments. Once everyone's decided it's a good investment, that's when Amazon's price skyrocketed. That's when you can't get in for under $10 anymore. So it's paradoxical. Like, how soon do you want the rest of the world to know XRP is a really strong investment? About as soon as you want to stop buying it under 50 cents. That's about how soon you want it to happen. So it's kind of a paradox. Like, I'm okay waiting for the world to realize the utility of XRP. That's okay with me. And I'm working on the video, what is XRP, and I'm trying to make it real nice and fun and clean and easy to use and understand. And I think a lot of our community right now, holla, what's up? What's up, Luke? A lot of our community right now is tasked with the importance of education, the importance of educating ourselves, educating our community, educating our friends and family about what's happening. And if you were in the 90s, if you were talking to your friends about Amazon and they were like, that sounds so stupid, dude, like, they missed out. Too bad for them. You were doing your part. You were sharing knowledge and information and providing the best information and knowledge you can to the community around you. And that's what we're all doing. And that's why I'm really happy with the XRP community support, and cheers to everyone involved, every team player, any person, even just you retweeting one tweet, one like, one share. All it takes is one share, one like. Smash that like button. That's right. Thank you, Mr. Pace. And that's all it takes. I was watching an E3 trailer for the new Assassin's Creed, and in the new Assassin's Creed, you can go talk to Socrates. And no matter what you're doing in the game, Socrates' goal is to always make you question, like, maybe I'm not doing it right. So I think it was really interesting watching the playable demo. He said, and I'll clip it into a video I make later with some edits. He said something about, like, the choices you make now are like ripples on the water that soon turn to tidal waves with destructive forces. And I like it, one, because he said ripples, so that was cool. But two, he's right. The littlest choices we make, the smallest conversation we start today with someone about XRP or blockchain tech, it's the smallest idea that we share on a Facebook post or a YouTube video or a tweet. These are the ripples that send out into the multiverse. They're shaking the established... All right, let's move on. So, Ripple, when will it go up in value? It's hard to tell. There's a lot of exciting things that obviously weigh in for it going up in value eventually. It's a great long-term investment in my mind. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a fiduciary. I'm just looking at information and sharing it with you guys. But, Amazon in the 90s, $10. It just bounced up and down at $10 forever. Imagine if you put money into Amazon back then. $5,000 in Amazon in the 90s would be some millions now, some easily millions. So, this is not the first time you can see technological innovations having high return on investment. That's not uncommon in anything. Well, I want to look at this next article. We still got like 15 minutes to burn through this. Like, I'm only a third through of the stuff we're trying to look at. Three pervasive cryptocurrency conundrums. Yes. What are those conundrums? I don't think there's three. I think there's only two. Let's look at the two. Two cryptocurrency conundrums. Conundrum one is that everyone thinks that they're scalable. All the blockchains are like, we're scalable. We're great. And then no one's ready to launch them full scale yet. No one. Basically, the conundrum is enterprises won't switch to blockchain until it's proven real-world scalability. But there's no way to prove real-world scalability if no one's going to take the leap. Why not? Why won't nobody do it? What's going on here? All right. Second conundrum, regulation conundrum. This is a conundrum that in order for cryptocurrencies to be taken seriously, they have to have a long-term future and foundation of regulation. But paradoxically, the core principles and attractions of cryptocurrencies is anti-regulation in the first place. So as an asset class, we have some maturing to do. We have some choices to make. Where do we want to go from here? Where are we aiming? Where are we focused? And I think that there's a lot of maturing and a lot of trimming the fat and a lot of ideas that will be addressed as we move forward into this space. So, what do you guys think about that? 1 to 3 years? Okay. What does it mean if XRP is classified as a currency? I think that's what we want, right? For it to be classified as a true cryptocurrency. I don't know what you want, but we forget we're a small XRP ecosystem. The rest of the world have no idea. Andrew White, you are so correct. You are 100% correct. We are still very early into the adoption phase. Most people in crypto don't even like XRP. So We're in a niche of a niche. We're the niche. You like that one? Okay. Do I think 10,000 XRP is enough to become wealthy? I don't know what your definition of wealth is. You maybe will be able to purchase a city sometime soon. You're at least in like the top 5%, I think. Top 5% of XRP holders, I think. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that Susie was saying that they want institutions would prefer to trade registered securities, and I can understand that that might seem like a simple, cut and dry, paste approach to getting institutional investors into cryptocurrencies, but I don't think it's that simple. I don't think we can just throw the stamp of security on them and everyone's gonna be like, woo, let's give them all our money. Like, we just looked at the list of tweets by Pomp, and he's literally pointing out, like, these people don't make bets on how much money they can make. They make bets on how much money they won't lose, right? So they're looking for some stability. They're looking for some type of metrics they understand. And crypto is not that metric. Crypto is... I saw something the other day and people were like, Warren Buffett and yada yada, some other guy talk about crypto, and the reason they're wrong is because of a fallacy. It's a typical fallacy most of us use. It's an assumptive quality where they think, I know financial institutions, and crypto is part of financial system, so I know crypto. But they don't. They don't know crypto. And so that's a problem. The 2015 info that everyone's pulling is this right here. The FinCEN confirmation, 2015 civil enforcement of FinCEN. Ripple Labs is accused of violating a Bank Secrecy Act by acting as a money service business selling XRP without registering with FinCEN. It also failed to implement and maintain adequate anti-money laundering program. A settlement agreement ensued and criminal charges were resolved. They were fined and they moved on. I don't know what that means as of right now. The fact that it's an old ruling and it's closed does seem to lend some support to the idea that they've already paid their dues in a sense, but I can't say for sure. I mean, I'm not in charge of that, so I don't know. That's a tough one. Yeah, people do have that chart, actually. You can look it up. And I put it in one of my old videos. I think my second live stream, I put up that chart that shows what percentage you own at what number. 30 cents in the next week, said Gideon. I'm feeling like that might happen. I feel like it might happen because there's so much gray area around it, and no one's really like stepping forward. I know you guys always like to send me little links and articles that are like, no, look, it's definitely approved, and it's definitely, that's fine. I mean, you and I know that we have a very, very bullish hope for XRP long term, right? So long term, it's fine if you buy at 50 cents and 30 cents and 20 cents and 2 cents or whatever, because you really have the idea that it's going to go above $1, above $10, above $100 long term, and that's great. The idea also is just that, as we were saying with the Amazon article, most people sat and watched Amazon at $10 for a year, just sit there, and they were thinking, like, is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Looking back now, I bet you they would have bought a share for $10, even one. I bet you they would have done it. But the reason they didn't is because of the uncertainty of the return on investment. And so risk is your friend here, in a sense. Ripple's deal with the U.S. Treasury defines XRP as a currency, not a security. This is an article that broke today, referencing back to, again, the FinCEN resolution. They're saying that they paid a $700,000 fine. It goes through and states the facts and the violations again, and it looks at why they think it's a currency, not a security, and that's honestly a pretty strong read, but again, not a definitive statement by the SEC themselves. So I'm not sure what exactly the long-term goal of XRP is. Someone just said, like, what if they want to be a security? Maybe they do. In my video that I'm doing, I'm gonna try to finish it today. I know I said that last time. I'm gonna really try to finish that video today, my next XRP price prediction video, and it breaks down the 4 stepping stones that we need to get where my price is. And they're very important stepping stones, okay? If we slip off any one of those stones, we're in the river. And that's how it goes. You know, like, do you want to be in the river? Maybe. Maybe you do. You can't fight the river, okay? You'll drown. Don't fight the river. Another exciting thing today was the SBI virtual currency officially added to Ripple's online XRP buying guide. So online, the XRP community is so top-notch with their reporting on what's happening and the updates of the sites. So Ripple's site added SBI virtual currencies onto their buying guide, but also added SCI. What is SCI? Not SBI. SCI, Satoshi Citadel Industries, is also added, looking at potentially a coming soon sign for the source of XRP. The latter company, SCI, is a Philippine fintech company building blockchain services. Ugh. Ugh. SCI and SBI both looking strong. So strong. And there's also a bunch of other articles that are out today. The 3 more reasons Ripple's not a security. I think a lot of these are just trying to capture the idea that everyone's really excited about this the concept, but there's no definitive proof. You know, like, and it makes me reference back to that that David Schwartz idea that like news is distracting sometimes. You know, like news is kind of distracting. Like look at who they're developing relationships with. Look at who they're developing partnerships with. Look at what they're doing. Who are they sitting down with? The fact that they have a task force with the Federal Reserve, that alone, I feel like that's all you need to do is just like go and just like walk up to strangers and be like, have you heard of XRP? No? Have you heard that they just put a task force together with the Federal Reserve and the XRP execs in there? Have you heard about that? They're like, what? Wow. I mean, most of this stuff is just blowing over most people's heads. Most of this blows over my head. I have to sit there and like read it like 7 times. You know, like these are big moves. These are really big. It's like Game of Thrones out here. I just keep saying that. It's like Game of Thrones, guys. Games of Thrones. You know, like there's big moves happening, and I feel almost fortunate. For the first time ever, I feel like I'm on the inside. I feel like I'm part of the insider trading. And I'm not saying that hopefully we are and we get in trouble or anything. I'm just saying like I feel like we're part of this niche of a niche that really sees the potential of this use. And that gets me excited. That gets me going. So, you know, I'm not going to weigh in on whether or not it's a security or not because I think in the long run, I don't know if that's that important. There's people that are like, literally looking at how to use ICOs to fund their cities in California, to fund their cities in Italy, and they're not asking if any of these tokens are securities. They don't care. They don't care at all. They care about is getting money directly to their needs and services without an intermediary. And that potentially is what all these currencies are doing. And the faster that we really start to inform and educate the community about the potential of these, the potential use case of these, then the applications are endless. The astronomical potential for these things. So, yeah, exactly. Federal Reserve, exactly. They cannot label something and some other department change things without reason. It's not under SEC jurisdiction. It's not how the law works. So you're saying it's already security or not a security because of the FinCEN ruling, is what you're saying. Has anyone seen XRP price valuation? Blah, blah, blah. Ripple value in the works. Yeah, most of those estimates are based off really low adoption numbers, and that's fine. Again, most of those they're predictions, they're speculative predictions, so I think they're entertaining at best. I wouldn't say that any one price prediction could be more accurate than another. That seems kind of foolish to think, but I will happily put my price prediction video up and let you guys decide on what's going on there. Looking at this statement that, you know, 3 more reasons it's not a security, that's a good read. You can go read through it. I support that article in a sense. What else? We have one more thing we want to do. We're getting close to closing it up. One more big thing actually is this article, and this is driving home the point that I started today's video with. Show me the money. Show me the money. It comes back to that idea that Amazon sat at $10 in the 90s for so long because no one knew how much potential it held. The reason they didn't know how much potential it held is because they just didn't look into it. They didn't understand, they didn't educate themselves, and if someone did try to give them information, they probably just ignored it. This is great right here. You know, people are just now waking up to the idea that Bitcoin is something exciting. And so CNN, Money CNN runs this article that says, Bitcoin could bring the internet to a halt, banking group warns. This article is so full of ridiculous fallacies, it's fun to laugh at. But it's also fun to think about how all the reasons they're citing that Bitcoin is really bad is the reason that XRP is super strong looking forward. And they go through and they cite silly things like, oh, if we all use Bitcoin, the internet would stop. There's not enough computing power to process all it. And these things are ridiculous. This is a ridiculous article, but it's at least bringing the conversation into the consumer household. It's bringing the conversation into everyday conversations. You're standing at the water cooler, you're laughing about Bitcoin could bring the internet to a halt. Did you see that? And then maybe you're like, one person that actually knows what they're talking about walks up to the water cooler and they're like, actually, that has nothing to do with anything. It's all a bunch of FUD. None of that's true. The entire article, if you look through and read, is kind of a joke. It's kind of a laughing approach to what crypto is, but you can see what this really means. This is a telltale sign that most people have no clue what's happening. Most people have no idea what is taking place right in front of them, and these transitions happen in a moment's notice, right? We already know that. We already know that as these deals are signed, these moves are made, and once Amazon takes off and it's whatever it is now, it's not going back to $10 a stock. It's not going back to $10 a share. And that is the importance of looking at the information, connecting the dots, drawing your own conclusion, and making your own decisions when it comes to these emerging technologies. And as I said before, I don't know how many times I gotta say it, but as I said before, I am an XRP converter. Like I'm an XRP, I was converted to liking XRP. The more and more I looked at it, the more and more I was like, whoa, like you have to give them homage. You have to pay respect to what they've brought to the table and what they've done. And the fact that I consider most people calling them now cryptocurrency 2.0, that's going to go into our What is XRP video. Cryptocurrency 2.0. Yeah, that's right. Closes blocks in 3 seconds, 1,500 transactions per second. It doesn't have any errors, etc., etc. All the exciting points. So, looking at closing up this video, where we are looking at breaking over 30 minutes, so we're bouncing out of here. The truth is that most people don't know. The truth is that nobody knows. And as soon as everybody knows, then it's too late. So place your bets now. Place your bets now. Move your risks now. And I saw something else really quick before we go. I saw something else that people are taking this opportunity to clean up their portfolio, to reposition their themselves where they want to be moving forward from here. Looking at repositioning your portfolio, looking at letting go of some old ICOs maybe that aren't possibly looking at what they're actually going to do, and they're just a sinking ship. So I've seen a lot of people talk about repositioning, a lot of people talking about cleaning up their portfolio, setting themselves up to be able to reap the benefits of the bull run that we're headed towards. And so that's exciting. We're 70% down from where we were last year. Most people don't take this sector seriously yet. Most institutional investors are probably not going to be the saving grace that everyone thinks that they want. I said it before, I've said it again. If you want to look at what's going to have a high return, look at my video, protocol tokens versus application tokens. And our bet and our idea is that XRP's huge, open, interoperable, neutral ledger will become the foundational system for businesses to compete with consumer-facing apps on top of. So, woo! There we go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I had a really rough day yesterday, so I didn't get to come and say hey. So basically, happy to be here. Hey, Motorbike Bias, thank you. XRP will be $300 to $2,000. Thanks for the videos. I support this message. I support this message by Motorbike Bias. I also have a motorbike bias. I like motorbikes, and that's very true. We're looking at long term here. We're not talking about. I know everyone's always like, "Well, what's your end of the year price?" I have no idea. I have no idea what my end of the year price is. So, looking at long term returns, think about it. It's the 90s. You're in the 90s right now, and no one knows what Amazon is yet. That's where we are. That's where we are. Okay. So, as always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, for checking out the video. If you haven't already, click that like button, click that subscribe button, show your support, and I'll have those videos out later today, the new price prediction, as well as checked out Ziliquila. I like Ziliqua. Just a quick response to Benjamin. I do like Ziliqua. So check out the videos that we have later today, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe and like button. As always, I see you guys next time. Cheers. Have a great day.